Hey everybody, hope your day is going well. We are back with another reaction. We're going to check out Late for the Sky by Jackson Browne, a Patreon request by Marty. Thank you so much for this request and donation. At first, I had to look up if I hadn't done this. I couldn't believe it. So that's on me. I know I've done songs from this album, but I hadn't done the title track. So here we go.
How the words had all been spoken, and somehow the feeling still wasn't right. And still we continued on through the night. Tracing our steps from the beginning until they vanished into the air, trying to understand how our lives had led us there. Looking hard into your eyes, there was nobody I'd ever known. Such an empty surprise to feel so alone. Now for me some words come easy, but I know that they don't mean that much compared with the things that are said when lovers touch. You never knew what I loved in you. I don't know what you loved in me. Maybe the picture of somebody you're hoping I might be. And I know I'm alone and close to the end of the feeling we've known. How long have I been sleeping? How long have I been drifting along through the night? How long have I been dreaming I could make it right if I closed my eyes and tried with all
Amazing song. I would even say close to the perfect song, right? It has everything in the right dosage. It's, the right amounts, and not too much of anything, just enough. Uh, yeah, really, really nice. From the organ to the piano to that electric guitar, very smooth, and sometimes, even very sensual in a way, but a heartbreaking song. It's the bass, the drumming, not too much either. Just sprinkled in. It's a great, great arrangement to fantastic vocals by Jackson Browne. Really, I mean, I've always enjoyed his voice and his singing, but in this one, in, he truly nailed that one. Oh my! And then with the vocal tracking there with the second, the self harmonizing, really, really powerful. I can hear the pain, the longing, the regret, the sense of failure, the wanting for freedom, all of that. The heartbreak. You can hear it in his voice. And it's so well sung. Yeah, and just in the right moments, some of the timings, or when some of the music drops out, just a beat and then come back. It's, yeah, really, really well executed, man. Wow. And of course, fantastic writing, which uh, is every Jackson Brown song that I've listened to so far had tremendous, tremendous, tremendous writing in terms of the poetic aspect of it, just the phrasing, but also the emotional complexity of it. The way he observes human behavior and can really you know verbalize his own emotions and thoughts, and give it a poetic spin. Really, yeah, one of the best. Um, it's just, you can go over every line here. It's amazing. The opening of the words have all been spoken, and somehow it still doesn't feel right. We talked it through many, many times, because at the end, he's kind of contemplating, how long have I been running from that morning flight and getting out of here, and the whispered promises and the changing light. That means that they've done this many times. You know, we've had those nights maybe that you stay up all night and talk through things. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it's because of you're just so in love and intoxicating, you can't stop talking. Suddenly it's light. And sometimes it's with tears and crying and arguing and laughing and going back to crying and all of that. And he's putting all of that in there. You can see that happening because it's so relatable. And by the end, it's like, oh, late for the sky. There's no redemption. The future, the sky, which is the promise. The heaven of the relationship. It's not there anymore, so it's not gonna work. Beautiful, beautiful writing. Tracing the steps back from the beginning, trying to understand what happened, how did we get here, looking into somebody's eyes and looking, oh, there's actually nobody I really ever knew. It's an empty surprise to feel alone. Again, very poetic writing, and not understanding how you could have loved them and how they could have loved you, and maybe they had an idealized version of a person in their mind, and you can't pretend anymore. You're over that, and now you're waking up to the fact that, hey, this is it. How long have I been sleeping, right? And been drifting alone through the night? How long have I been dreaming I could make it right? Another very human thing. uh, if I just try hard, if I just try harder, we can fix this. You don't want to fail. You don't want to give up. Uh, yeah, that's one part of it. Uh, Not wanting to give up, not wanting to fail, even though you're miserable. Yeah, dang. If I close my eyes and tried with all my might to be the one you need. That's people pleasing right there, but you want to do your part in the relationship, and you want to make it work, but sometimes it just doesn't. Fantastic. Wow. I also heard that this song was, or part of it, I don't know what part of it, or instrumental, was featured in Taxi Driver, Marty Scorsese. I'm due for a rewatch because I do not know what scene. Where was it? I remember the opening scene with the narration and stuff, and a little bit of darkness, but I can't remember this though.
Vanished into the air,
That
trying to
organ,
understand how our
piano,
lives had led us there.
amazing voice.
Looking hard into your eyes, there was nobody I'd ever known. Such
Jeez.
an empty surprise to feel so alone. Now for me, some words come easy, but I know that they don't mean that much
They lost their power, the words.
compared with the things that are said when lovers touch.
There it is. Actions speak louder than words. We don't do that anymore, or it doesn't feel there's no emotion anymore. So uh, then words don't mean anything anymore either, right? If that feeling is gone, if that love is gone, you can say whatever you want, but it's the power isn't there anymore compared to when you really touch each other with love. Then the words have that power backing it up. Good stuff, man. Jackson Browne, what a guy, huh? What an artist to love it. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope to explore more of his music, of course. If you have any recommendations, please let me know. See you in the next one. Goodbye.